Major breaking news from the NBA this afternoon. According to multiple reports, Kyrie Irving has informed the Brooklyn Nets he wants to be traded ahead of Thursday's NBA trade deadline. As if you didn't know, Kyrie Irving is the worst. Things were calm for a minute in Brooklyn, and Kyrie was behaving himself. But according to multiple reports, including Schein from The Athletic, he wanted a massive contract extension, and bam, he didn't get what he wanted and demands a trade. Kyrie Irving is a knucklehead. Kyrie Irving is a horrible human being. Kyrie Irving is a distraction. Kyrie Irving is the worst. Now, in theory, you would say, well, hold on, listen to everything you just said, Adam, and trade him. I would never trade Kyrie Irving. If I'm the Brooklyn Nets, what I would do is take this trade request and stick it where the sun don't shine. Because it is impossible to get equal value for this guy. For this guy who is the ultimate distraction, who it's never about basketball, and it's about garbage and nonsense and not showing up and not being reliable. I mean, it's kind of crazy when you think about it that Kevin Durant left the Warriors and hitched his wagon to this clown. I mean, one of the worst career decisions ever. By the way, the Nets, when these two actually play together, and it's rare, 20 games over 500 in their careers together. 20 games over 500. The Nets, as we speak, are the 4 seed in the Eastern Conference. The Boston Celtics are the best team in the East. You feel that there's something different about the Sixers this year. You have to acknowledge it, right? There's always going to be a quotient attached to Philly with Doc Rivers and James Harden. I won't believe they win the East until I actually see it. But if you watch them play, there's something different about the Sixers this year. I think the Cavs are excellent. I think the Bucks are excellent. But of course the Brooklyn Nets could win the Eastern Conference. And the way Claxton's playing and the way Jacques Vaughn is coaching, look, we could talk about potential deals and matching up contracts and Russell Westbrook and Anthony Davis and LeBron wants Kyrie. No, he doesn't. Why would he want Kyrie Irving? Why would any team in the NBA, if Kyrie really wants to be traded, why would he torpedo his reputation again? Look at what he did in Cleveland. Look at what he did in Boston. Look at what he's done in every single turn, going AWOL, being a horrible human being. Every single thing he's done with the Brooklyn Nets. Let me tell you what I would do. If I'm the Nets, play this out. Make him play basketball. Kevin Durant's coming back off the injured list at some point, and if you lose him in the offseason, you don't get anything for him, good. You'll take that salary slot. You'll find another star, somebody who actually wants to play basketball, who gives a damn about winning and about the Brooklyn Nets and the fans. So Kyrie Irving wants to be traded? I would never trade him. Bag it, loser. Andy Reid is all sorts of fired up to face his former team, and honestly, I am obsessed with this. The former Eagles coach is going to face off against his former team with a chance to win his second Super Bowl. And look, there are 1,000 different storylines heading into Phoenix. This is my favorite. Andy Reid has now been in Kansas City for 10 years. And you look at the 14 years that he was in Philadelphia, man, he changed everything for both of these franchises. You need to remember what Philly was before Andy Reid, Ray Rhodes and Richie Kotite. And remember, he was an offensive line coach for the Packers when Joe Banner and Jeff Lurie hired him. And he just kept winning game after game, division after division. Never won the championship in Philly, but deserved to be celebrated and appreciated. And now a decade of genius and achievement in Kansas City. He's a Hall of Famer. He's elite. He's an all-timer. And I think that's when you're looking for reasons why Kansas City's going to win the Super Bowl. It's coaching. It's Andy Reid after a bye. This week, there's no football. There's a bye. Andy's going to have his team ready. It's a major coaching advantage for the Kansas City Chiefs on Super Bowl Sunday. And believe me, nobody knows that better than the Philadelphia Eagles fans, and their hearts are hearts. So I think that everyone in Philly was rooting for the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl a few years ago so Andy could win the big one after making it to the NFC title game 5 times and winning all those divisions and making it to the Super Bowl and losing against the New England Patriots in the Donovan McNabb T.O. game. And I was so close, but no cigar. Andy Reid, he wins this title. I'm telling you, you're going to look at Andy Reid and say he is on the Mount Rushmore of coaches in the history of the NFL. And I think the major reason why Kansas City is going to win, and Philly fans know this, major advantage when it comes to Andy Reid. Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts are going to make history in Super Bowl 57 as the first pair of black starting quarterbacks to face off in the Super Bowl. And it's all sorts of awesome. And I think, and Mahomes, of course, said all the right things, no surprise, and he gets it from a historical perspective. And this is going to be a show. Now, with that said, I think on the field on Super Bowl Sunday, the health of both these quarterbacks is a major factor and a monster deal. And honestly, I'm more worried about the health of Jalen Hurts than I am Patrick Mahomes. Look, Patty looked 100%. I'm never going to doubt Patrick Mahomes on the high ankle sprain. I mean, look at that run. Look at the way he was able to throw for over 300 yards. Look at the numbers on the high ankle sprain. So I'm not getting duped when it comes to Mahomes. He's going to be fine. Rick Burkholder is the trainer, and his training staff is the best in the business. I am concerned about Hurts. Is this unfair? I don't think so. Jalen Hurts was playing at an MVP level from week 1 through the game against the Chicago Bears in December when he got hurt. And then he missed a couple of games and came back sooner than he wanted to in week 18, then had the bye. Then he really didn't have to do anything when you look at the divisional round and championship Sunday. Look at the numbers for Jalen Hurts. It's like a hood ornament. And he was just functional. Nothing dominant, nothing over the top. You know, if he throws for in the 100s in terms of passing yards, or even in the mid-200s, Philly's not winning the Super Bowl. You need Jalen Hurts with the shoulder to be 100% for Philly to have a chance to win. Philly's the better team. Philly's a juggernaut. Philly's offensive line is great. Defensive line is great. The talent around Hurts is great. And Jalen is superb. Make no mistake. But in terms of the health, look, Jalen Hurts is back. But he's clearly not 100%. We just showed you the numbers on the screen. You watch the games. I mean, you know, it might sound like I'm taking something away from the Eagles, but Championship Sunday was a glorified scrimmage. I mean, the Niners couldn't throw the football. Literally didn't have a healthy quarterback in the second half of that game. So if Jalen Hurts plays like he did in the 3 games since he returned from injury, the Philadelphia Eagles will have no shot on Super Bowl Sunday. Welcome back, Time to Shine. Needless to say, I love that from Derek Carr. I love Derek Carr. Take that, Las Vegas Raiders. And I'm telling you right now, a motivated, pissed off Derek Carr is going to be terrific for another team next season. And look, Carr was hot in Vegas, right? And you know, it could be at the blackjack table or it could be playing with the Raiders. That was cool last night. I was watching the skills competition with Theo Schein, and, you know, the 7-year-old demographic is great for the new Pro Bowl and what they're going with. And Raiders are kicking Carr out. And listen, it's a mistake, but now Derek Carr is going to go somewhere. And I think he's going to absolutely dominate. I think he'd be great for the Jets. I think he could win a Super Bowl with the Niners. Frank Reich would love him in Carolina. I'm putting the Giants on the list just in case things fall apart with Daniel Jones. But Derek Carr is a top 16 quarterback. Love his attitude, love his moxie. He also said he's not extending the deadline that is due in 12 days for the $40 million, the February 15th deadline. So the Raiders have to trade him or cut him by February the 15th. Buckle up, Buttercup. And remember, he's got a no-trade clause. I think he would be a gem for one of those teams. Aaron Rodgers knows exactly what he's doing. Now, I'm not going to try and get inside Rodgers' mind as to why he said, I'm not going to the Niners, but he did it with a purpose. He either did it because he knows Green Bay refused to trade him to the Niners, and he wants Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch to pick up the phone just like they did in 2021, because while I have Derek Carr on the radar for San Francisco, obviously Rodgers would be perfect. Davante Adams wants Mr. Rodgers in his neighborhood. I think this is going to equal Rodgers going to either the Raiders or the Jets. Raiders should do everything to get him. That would be dreamy and spicy. Rodgers and Adams back together. He could win a Super Bowl with the Jets. That would be great for his legacy. He'd be a rock star. Also, I just need to say it one more time, and from the Packers, I would never trade him. Dallas Cowboys haven't made Championship Sunday since 1995. Let me tell you something right here, right now. Cowboys fans would like the Eagles or the Rams approach. What a disaster, Jerry. LeBron James's greatness needs to be celebrated, validated as an all-time legendary scorer, second best NBA player of all time, and a monster win for the Lakers last night.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell for more videos.